Hello and welcome to the Ashridge Great Barn. I hope you found us all right and the link worked. At this stage I would normally offer you tea and a slice of cake, but because this is a virtual tour, I'm afraid you're going to have to provide that yourselves. Here at the barn we have space for 124 people to be seated in the current layout. If we take the bar out, we've got space for 144 and our max capacity is 200. So the barn is 30 metres long and 7 metres wide-ish. A lot of people choose to have the top table above the gates and the tables below. Good job, good girl. We have at that end of the barn a big bank of power sockets for DJs and bands so that they're playing by the dance floor. And then at this end we've got the bar so people circulate nicely. It's up to you whether you want a paid bar or a free bar. Happy to facilitate either, and just let you know, I can pause the video and we can have a chat about which option you'd like to go for. Mine and my husband's wedding was the reason that we did up the barn, and because it was our venue we got all the choices that we wanted. My role here is to support you to plan the wedding that you want, that really allows you to show off your personalities and to make it completely unique to you and make it really special. All our lovely beams down the barn lend themselves to having things hung from them. We've got a really big ladder which you can use if you sign your lives away, and a scaffold tower so that people can put things up safely. But floristry installations, more fairy lights, you know, the beams are the limit. We've also had couples who have chosen to have outdoor activities on the lawn or in the field opposite, so things like clay laser shooting and lawn games. So this is our snug area, and what's really nice about this area is that you can have a band playing at the other end of the barn, and because it's cob and it absorbs the sound, you can have a normal conversation in here. So what we find is that this is kind of a quiet zone, and the two extremes of age end up here in various states of consciousness. And that's, you know, it's nice to have an area that's more kind of chilled out. Some people put photo booths in here, that works really nicely. Welcome to the facilities here. So you have normal toilets behind you and disabled and baby changing here. We kind of went all out on the toilets because we wanted to leave the barn really plain, really flexible to do what people wanted to do with it. Here we've used a lot of the wood from our own woodland. The joiners' faces when we told them we want to put our sinks in half a tree were a picture. She's my dog and she helps on tours. She loves tours, but for wedding days she stays at home. We are dog and pet friendly. That means that your furry friends are welcome to join you on your tour when you come in person, and for your wedding day we only ask that you make sure that there's plans for them to be looked after in the evening. Some of them might find that loud noises and too many people is a bit stressful. As the barn is on a working farm, we only host a limited number of weddings every year, and it's completely yours, exclusive use for the 3 days of your booking. So on the day of your wedding, all our packages include on-the-day coordination, and that means that either me or one of our members of staff will be there to make sure that everything goes as planned. The day before we'll go through your timetable and the logistics of it so that we can make sure that your whole bridal party gets to spend the whole day celebrating with you. And we sort out the nitty-gritty, like have the caterers got everything they need. Infrared heaters. We've had a Burns Night Ceilidh here in mid-January, and they were warm enough that we had to turn them off over the dance floor because people were getting too hot and sweaty. The fire pit comes with decent sized logs, because for a fire pit this size you don't want the little logs, you want the decent sized ones, so you get a real fire. The main barn is there, and the catering area is right there. As far as caterers are concerned, we have a long list of caterers which you're able to use. like all aspects of weddings here, it's completely bespoke and up to you whether you want a silver service 3-course meal or a hog roast and a buffet. I know caterers who can do all of those things for you, and we've had everything from fine dining to self-service buffets here, and it all works really well. You'll have to forgive the mess. We've just had more storage put in and we're in the middle of inventory. The catering barn has space for catering equipment. We have fridges and freezers which you're welcome to use, and lots of surface area, and then normally we can provide tables to run down the middle. We have a collection of vintage mismatched plates of various sizes, and we have vases, baskets and things for decorating the barn, which you're very welcome to use and are included in all hire packages. This is Dasha's favourite bit. She's been waiting the whole time for us to go and do this. So if you have your ceremony up in the circle and a lot of your guests are dropped off at the top and then walk down, this is the first view they get of the barn, and I think it's my favourite kind of barn reveal, especially in the spring. So up here we have the main house, which my parents choose to live in and don't let me use as wedding accommodation. But up here there's also the holiday cottage, which is included for 3 nights in every booking. All the woodland is managed to create patchworks of habitats, so woodland glades specifically for things like willow tips and dormice and butterflies. So as you can hear, we have lots of birds, and we think that's one of the really special things about this place. Really the sky's the limit for how you want to do your wedding. We've had people who've had ceremonies up at the top and then gone down for a wedding breakfast, or a ceremony in the barn, then up into the gardens for afternoon tea. We've had people who stayed an extra day and did, like a sports day on Friday, or a garden party on the Sunday, to kind of extend that time with family and friends and to be able to really relax on their wedding day. So this is our walled garden. What we suggest that you do is that you come in here, you take some pictures, and you send your photographer away, and you take 10-15 minutes just to be you guys, to appreciate that you've just got married and how lovely that is. All our packages here at Ashridge are for 3-day hire. From our experience with our family weddings, we felt that was really important, to have that day to set up and welcome people, a day to relax and enjoy your wedding, and then the day afterwards to come together again and hear all the funny stories about what happened the night before. So, as far as we're concerned, the barn is yours for 3 days. If you want to host a welcome dinner the night before, if you want to have afternoon tea the day after, or just bacon sandwiches on a grill out of the barn, of the teddy barn, that's fine, that's up to you. We have a limited amount of space for people to camp if they want to, and we have hard standing for camper vans. If you wanted more people to camp, then it's possible to hire in facilities for them. Right, he'll stay there and there'll be time for us to escape. If you're having a civil ceremony in the magic circle, we suggest you can have your guests dropped off so they can walk round, and then just one person takes the car down and parks it, so that you get the lovely reveal down the steps and people don't have to walk up and down the hill too many times. If you choose to come in the pretty way, there's a way to bring people in through the woods, so it's more of an adventure, and you go through the woods and find the lovely barn, and then there is a more practical concrete access for suppliers, a less off-road way. So this is our stumpery, and in the summer when all the ferns have grown up, it's a lovely place to take pictures. Hi Granny! This is our magic circle and our civil ceremony area up here in the garden. Another Victorian legacy, this is an outdoor room. The pavilion provides a space where you can have a legal civil ceremony or a humanist-led ceremony. If you have guests who are less mobile, there is a shortcut in off the concrete drive so they don't have to walk. What we do is we set up chairs facing the pavilion, and you have your ceremony, and then you're married, and you do confetti throws and have canapes and drinks up here in the garden or down at the barn, depending on what you want. And we'll take the chairs from up here, we'll put them on a trailer, and we'll take them down to the barn so you can reuse them for your wedding breakfasts. This is my favourite tree. It's a macrocarpa, and behind that we've got a giant redwood. So the magic circle we've just come from is up there, and the barn is directly down the hill there. Behind me is the camping area, and over there you can see the cottage where you stay for 3 nights as part of all our packages. It sleeps up to 6 people, so there's a double sofa bed downstairs, a double bed upstairs, and then a single bed under a single bed that can become a double bed in the second bedroom. That way are your sunset shots for photographs. We've just come from the gardens up at the top. And another place that people like to take pictures is our lakes. So there's a series of 3 lakes down the valley. Most people take pictures up here at the top. The second lake, the dam broke a couple of years ago, and we were looking at ways we could fix it, and then we saw evidence of otters, so we left it. We thought if the otters like it, we'll leave it how it is. And then we're going to head down to the barn behind you, down the track. So this is our car park. It's directly next to the barn, as you can see, and it holds about 50 cars. We have a little bit of overflow in the field if necessary, and we tend to park staff and suppliers up at the top, so this car park is completely for you and your guests. And when you arrive, it'll probably be me making sure everybody parks sensibly, because I get all the glamorous jobs.